Last week, I made a video titled "Are Jehovah's Witnesses, and how they are obsessed with titles." Right? We all know they are obsessed with titles and labels. If you're an MS, an elder, a special pioneer, they'll love you to death, right? In the last video, I spoke about the so-called positive aspects, the positive titles, being an MS, a pioneer, an elder, right? But this video, I want to talk about the negative titles, the negative labels, and the Christian congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? And how people are so quick to judge you and label you based on that title, right? Never mind who you are inside. But once they give you a label or a title, it's a wrap, especially if it's negative, right? I want to start off with, there's no exact term for this, but when it comes to soft shunning, right? A soft shun. Now, an elder may give a talk on stage. I believe it's during the local needs part, right? If there's any type of discrepancy in a Christian congregation, whereas something that you can't necessarily get the fellowship for, but it's also frowned upon, right? So they would either 9 times out of 10 they'll pull you aside, and they'll probably make a local needs part about it. If you are a brother wearing tight suits, or a sister wearing, showing some cleavage, or if you're just a person at the meeting who has a bad reputation, and you're not always going to all your meetings, you're not commenting, you're not going out in service, they may give a talk about that, right? A part. And then you will be marked. You'll be marked. And as we know, 9 times out of 10, before that person is marked on stage, witnesses love to gossip. They have a big mouth. So witnesses in a congregation, they will already know who the elder is talking about, right? 9 times out of 10. And once that talk is set, you will be soft shunned. So witnesses, they may see you at the meeting, they may talk to you at the Christian congregation, but once you have that title, oh, this person, bad association. Once they label you as bad association, what happens next? Like I said, they still talk to you at the meeting. Oh, hey, how you doing? And that's it. Anything outside the Christian congregation, outside the meetings, nah. They won't call you, text you, nothing. Any other activities, you will not be a part of, right? Because you're labeled as a bad association. And it's funny when you think about it. A brother wearing tight suits, a sister wearing showing her cleavage, that's not a sin. It's not a sin. Someone who can't go to all the meetings, someone who doesn't go out in service all the time, that's not a sin. But this organization is big, as we know, is big on not just titles, right, but appearances. The more spiritual you appear to be, the more people are going to give you that fake love. The more comments you give at the meeting, the higher your position. If you're a pioneer or a special pioneer, an elder or a CO, oh boy, you're going to be having cookouts for the rest of your life. People are going to be shining your shoes and looking up to you. The higher the position, the more you are loved, right? Well, fake love. But the more you get that fake love, that conditional fake love from Jehovah's Witnesses. But when you're labeled as bad association, they will have nothing to do with you, right? And the irony is, this is comical when you think about it. The irony is, the Christian congregation is supposed to be all about love, all about support. So if someone is labeled as a bad association, wouldn't and shouldn't you be more inclined to help that person get back in good standings and good standing with God and good standing with the congregation, right? Wouldn't you think that if this is a loving organization, that if someone is slipping up, you will try to encourage them and try to build them up, right? But what happens? The exact opposite happens. Once you're labeled as bad association, people soft shun you. They leave you alone. Some agape love, huh? Some love. Another negative title, as we all know, is the fellowshipping / shunning. When people are shunned or they're labeled as the fellowship, the minute that is the minute someone's name is announced on on platform, on stage, right? Such and such is no longer a Jehovah's Witness. That person, everyone that has ever loved you, and the organization has ever known you, it doesn't matter how long you guys been friends, that's done. Just like that. One announcement. That one announcement changes your entire life. And now you are labeled as an evil, wicked person. Once you're this fellowship, you are evil. You now have a negative title. People see you differently, right? Mind you, you could be a really extremely good-hearted person. Really good-hearted person, right? But because someone caught you drinking out in public or smoking some weed because you were stressed out, right? You could have been drinking because you was depressed. You could have been smoking because you was anxious and you're stressed out. Or maybe you was lonely. Maybe you're a single sister or a single brother and you was lonely. You wanted some affection. You wanted some love. You wanted someone to hold you. And you put yourself in a situation when you slept around and you fornicated. You had sex with someone, right? You had sex, right? And because, as we know, elders can't read your hearts, right? But you went to this elder. Excuse me, guys. I'm a little sick. I'm a little under the weather right now. Got a stuffy nose. So if I sound funny, I apologize, right? But anyway, let's say you were smoking because you've been stressed out. You was drinking because you was depressed, or you fornicated because you was lonely. You ran to the elders. And you confess your sins to them. And like I said, as we know, they can't read your hearts. Elders can't read people's hearts. So they quick to judge you. You did what? You smoked some pot? You fornicated? You got drunk out in public and witnesses saw you? We're going to have to disfellowship you. Sorry. So you already had something going on psychologically up here, right? You wasn't feeling good emotionally. You ran to the elders for help. They disfellowship you. Your name is now announced on stage, right? Such and such is no longer a witness. Just like that. Now you're viewed in a negative light. Now you have a negative, bad title. All because you wasn't feeling good and you put yourself in a situation, you confess your sins to these men who in reality, they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn. If an elder can cut you off from your family and friends, knowing that you put yourself in a situation, but there was reasons behind that, and they don't care to look at the reasons behind what you did. They're only looking at what you did. Oh, you smoked, you drank, you fornicated. We don't care about why you did it. You did it. We don't care if you're depressed or single. We don't care. And now you're disfellowship. Now people view you in a negative light, all because you ran to the elders and they changed your whole life around, right? So if you had problems before you went to the elders, now you really got problems. Because now, on top of being depressed, stressed, and lonely, well, now you're really going to be lonely. But on top of that, now you are shunned from your family and friends. Once people hear that word, you are disfellowship, you are no longer a witness, you are now labeled as bad association. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about the worst title of all that any witness ever want to hear, right? This is the worst title. We already know what's coming up. You already know what I'm about to say, right? And if you are labeled as an apostate, that is legit the worst thing that you can be according to a witness. A witness, a Jehovah Witness, would rather you die a loyal, faithful witness, rather you die, than you to be labeled as an apostate. Now, me personally, I own it. I love being called an apostate. You look at my Instagram, my Facebook, all you will see is apostasy from left to right. So if a witness was and I'm sure they are looking, because witnesses, they like to gossip, they don't have lives, right? So they have to look into everybody else's lives, right? So I'm pretty sure witnesses are stalking my Facebook, my Instagram, right? I'm pretty sure they're stalking my shit. But they know off the back not to contact me. They know off the back, because my whole page is devoted to apostasy. Because I am more big on telling people the real deal. I'm more big. I'd rather be shunned. I don't care about being shunned. Shun me. I'd rather be shunned for me being real, me telling people the real truth about the truth, than keeping my mouth shut, right? And keeping my family and friends under conditional fake. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So, yes, I am labeled an apostate, right? And I own it. I love it. Because when you're apostate, you are spreading the real truth about the truth. And to me, telling people the truth about the truth, that's way more important than keeping fake conditional friends and family around. Now, I'm currently shunned by my family, right? My mom, my two brothers, I'm shunned. It's going on 6 months now, right? But there is not one day that I woke up where I regretted it. Ooh, excuse me. There is not one day where I woke up, right? And I said, damn, why did I become an apostate? Why did I have to put it out there that this is not the true religion? Why did I have to spread the news? There's not one day that I woke up and I said that. Do I miss my family and friends? Hell yeah. Of course. 100%. But I would rather have the title. I would rather be labeled as an apostate for telling people the truth about the truth than for me to keep my mouth shut and not say nothing. And to let all these people, all these Jehovah's Witnesses, spend the rest of their life waiting for some paradise earth that's never going to happen. Slaving, paying the organization, running on that hamster wheel. I would rather tell people the real truth about the truth and hopefully plant some seeds. Hopefully encourage them to do their research, right? Now, to me personally, that is worth being shunned. That's worth being shunned. Because I say to myself, one day, you never know. It could be several weeks, months, or years that can pass. That can spark them to do their research. And then they will see that I was telling them the truth all along. So for me to take this L right now, for me to be shunned right now by my family and Jehovah's Witness friends, I don't mind it at all. I own that title. And that is the worst thing that witnesses want to hit. If I were to approach a witness right now and say, hey, I'm an apostate, witnesses they would back up like I got leprosy, right? Like I'm about to give him AIDS or something, right? They would back up like, oh shit, he's an apostate. Oh no, we can't talk to him. Not knowing that I am spreading the real truth about the truth, right? But yeah, all those things, soft shunning, the fellowship, apostate, those are all negative labels, titles that witnesses run away from, right? The last video I talked about the positive of the pioneers, the elders, the minister servants. I talked about all the positive aspects in the Jehovah Witness organization. This video, I'm talking about the negative qualities, right? The negative things that take place, the negative titles, the negative labels. Before I end this video, I want to share two experiences of how I've stopped labeling and stopped putting titles on people. Because I was once a witness, but I once was obsessed with labels and titles myself. Now, like I said in my last video, witnesses only care about witnesses. You have to bear that title, Jehovah's Witness. You could be the best person on planet Earth, a really good heart, really caring, really loving, right? But if you're not classified, if you're not titled as a Jehovah's Witness, if you're not baptized, Jehovah's Witnesses want nothing to do with you, right? So a few years ago, this is during my waking up process, I had a coworker. on the East Coast, right? In Boston, Massachusetts. I was a concierge during the mid shift, right? And then my coworker would relieve me at night. He had the overnight shift. Man, there was times when I was like just super depressed, super low, and I would confide in this guy because this is when I was shunned. This is the beginning when I was shunned. I got the fellowship, and I woke up at the same time. But this is like the very, very beginning, right? And I was speaking to my coworker about this, and just having somebody to talk to. Me and him would talk for. I would end my shift at 11, right? He would start his shift because he was relieving me. Next thing you know, me and him are talking. I'm looking at my watch, and it's going on 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Me and him just chatting. This is somebody I could talk to about pretty much any and everything: relationships, family matters, mental illness, literally any and everything, right? And he was just a good source of encouragement and an all-around legit down-to-earth dude, right? Pierre, by the way, if you're watching this, bro, I got nothing but love for you, bro. Thank you. But I said to myself, if I was still a witness, if I was still an indoctrinated witness, right? I mean, I was the fellowship when it happened, but let's say I wasn't. Let's say I was a devout witness, and I only spoke to witnesses. Me and him would have never had that connection. We would have never vibed like that. Like, he's one of my good friends to this very day. I'm now on the West Coast. He's still in Boston, right? But we still good friends to this day. To this day, right? When you could talk to somebody for hours about anything, and that person got your back through thick and thin, they give you the best advice ever. They're here to listen to you, and vice versa, right? You're there for them as well. But I said to myself, if I cared about titles, if I cared about, oh, you're a witness? You have the title Jehovah's Witness? Oh, you're not a witness? I don't want to talk to you because you don't have that title. If I was still an indoctrinated witness, I would have never had that connection. Me and him would have never been friends. It would have been, hey, hi, and bye. That's it. But now that I'm fully woken up from this organization, I can honestly say that I found real down-to-earth friends. I found real people out there that love me for who I am. Because I don't care about that title, Jehovah's Witness. I don't care about that. That means nothing to me. I care about what's in the heart. I care about the inside. You could be an atheist, Buddhist, Catholic, Mormon. I don't care. That means nothing to me. As long as you are a good-hearted person, we're friends. We could kick it. And I'm thankful that once I've cut ties with witnesses, or should I say they cut ties with me because they shunned me, right? But anywho, once I washed my hands once and for all from the Jehovah's Witness organization, I have found real friends out there. Even when I was inactive, even when I believed that this was the truth, right? And I was fully inactive, I still have friends out in the world, the so-called world, right? That love me for who I am. And I'm still friends with them to this day. But you see what happens? Once you forget about titles, once you forget about, it doesn't matter if they're a witness or not. Once you leave all that nonsense alone, you will find real friends. Because as we know, there is no such thing. There is no such thing as real friends in the Jehovah Witness religion. There is no such thing. Everybody is conditional. As I said in my first video, I had a sister that was interested in me. The minute I told her, nope, I don't want to be a witness ever again, she was done. My family, my mom, 2 brothers, the minute I told them I'm going to disassociate, I'm done. I'm done with this religion. They were done with me. All those friends that I known for 15, 20 plus years, the minute I came out as a full-blown apostate and encouraged everyone to do their own research on Instagram and Facebook, the minute I did that, all those people were done with me. All those people are conditional. I don't want to say fake, but they're conditional people. Their love is fake. Their love is fake. But once you forget about titles, you put that to the side. Once you start realizing that, hey, listen, they don't have to be a Jehovah's Witness. They don't have to bear that title for me to love them, for me to have a solid friendship with them. Once you let that sink in, I promise you, you guys will find real friends. I mean, I found so much love that I never thought I could find in my life from outsiders. And I don't know about you guys. I was a born-in witness, right? I became inactive twice. The first time I became inactive when I was like 18, 19, right? All those people that I've known when I became inactive around that age, in my teenage years, all those people that I've ever known prior to that cut me off like that. Now, I was only inactive. I wasn't disfellowship. I was just inactive, and I got the strong, soft shun. And I promised myself, I said, you know what, going forward, I don't want no more fake friends. I wasted so much time. I invested so much energy in this religion when I was younger, right? All those people I've known, some of them since birth, for nothing. For nothing, right? We only get a good 70, 80 years on this earth. A lot of us have woken up from this organization, right? And we realize that all those people that claim that they loved us, they didn't really love us. It was just wasted energy, wasted time with them, right? They were acquaintances, but they wasn't real friendships. So going forward, I encourage everybody to keep in mind how short life really is. Life is short. Forget about these titles. I never want to have any more fake friendships ever again. I had enough fake friendships to last me a lifetime, especially in the Jehovah Witness religion. Everybody that ever told me that they loved me was fake, including my family. I hate to say it, even my family, my mom, my two brothers, they don't love me. They don't know what love is. You can't know what love is as a witness. So remember, life is short. Appreciate the people that do love you, right? If you were born a witness that woke up, you already know how fake love feels. You want to experience fake love? Be a witness. That's what you got to do. Be a witness. You will see the fakest love that you can ever find, right? But once you wake up and you forget about these titles, cherish the people that are in your life, the people who love you for who you are. And that's I could say this, that's the one good thing that I've experienced. Like when you won't, there's a saying, you don't know joy unless you know what sadness is, right? Once you've experienced so much fake and misery, so much fake love, and you find people that actually care about you for who you are and not for what you believe in, whew, that's a feeling that is priceless. It's a feeling that's priceless because you already know how it is to not be valued by Jehovah's Witnesses. So when somebody else comes along and they actually value and cherish and love you for who you are, you can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on that. So I'm happy that I was able to wake up, forget about titles. I pray that every Jehovah's Witness out there forget about these titles: pioneer, MS, elder, CO, governing body leaders. Forget about the title Jehovah's Witness. Forget about all these titles. Because Jehovah's Witnesses, they are missing out on all these connections with people out in the real world. They're missing out on these connections because they're only associating with their own kind. They're only associating because of these titles, these labels. Jehovah's Witnesses, they're only associating with other witnesses. So all their friendships, all these marriages in the organization are fake. Because they're only together because they believe in the same thing. That's fake. The religion is fake. So all these relationships and friendships are fake. It's all fake. Forget about these titles. Love people for who they are and not for what they believe in. All right, guys? I'm sorry, my nose is getting stuffy. Sorry, I went on a little rant. But I wanted to include my personal experience because there's so many good people I met out there, and I'm lucky. I'm lucky. Yes, I lost my mom and my two brothers, right? I lost witnesses I've known for so long, but the amount of friends that I met on the other side of the watchtower, can't put a price on it. Anywho, guys, I'm going to end this video on that note. I love you guys. I wasn't able to go to the protest, but I did live stream it. Everybody did a really good job. I pray that you guys made the difference. I pray, and I wish I was there. But I hope everyone enjoyed their Halloween. And that feels weird saying, even right now, even though I'm fully awake, it still feels weird saying happy holidays and all that. But I hope everyone enjoyed the Halloween. I hope that everyone enjoys the weekend. And I will see you guys on the next video. All right?